Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your travel god of extreme and unified heavyweight champion of the world, Peter Joseph here, for a rainy Tuesday afternoon, December the 2nd, 2025. Thank you all for watching, once again, right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube Wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the scratch marks below. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos. With all these stupid comments, you get sent to the Shadow Realm. Satan, Ozzy will eat your goddamn fucking soul. And you're out of here. You don't like it? Tough shit. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because if you miss anything, you pretty much suck. And you're SOL, you know what that means. If you don't know what it means, you need to get slapped again. Pretty much. Or just look it up. That's why we have Google and the internet to look things up and all that other shit. And if you're here for the first time, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice, tasty, cold one. I don't have one at the moment, but it is what it is. But I will have one later. Nice, tasty soda or juice or water, whatever I'm going to drink. I don't have anything at the moment, but in any case, whatever you're going to be drinking when you watch my videos, and I know you drink religiously just to get the edge off, I don't know, but it is what it is. But whatever you're going to be drinking, put your feet up, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, well, too bad. Go watch somebody else. And that's pretty much it. Alright. Rainy Tuesday afternoon, December the 2nd, 2025. We're 3 weeks away from Christmas. 4 weeks away from that ball dropping, or now I call it the sphere. Because that's what it is. Not a ball now, it's a sphere. Well, balls are spheres, too, I guess. But it is what it is. When I drop that goddamn ball, and I hope it gets stuck, 29 days from now, in somewhat hours. So, end of the year is pretty much here, ladies and gentlemen. And for some of you, winter is here. If you live in the upper Midwest, you're getting a lot of snow. If you're north of me, north of New York, you're getting a ton of snow right now, and even in Maine and certain parts of Massachusetts. Not around the Boston area, but we were supposed to get a nor'easter today. Nope. All we got was rain. So, and then this weekend, we're getting another storm, but barely anything. But then it get changed, but hopefully not. So, getting a little bit of snow early, not even winter yet. I think it's another 18 to 20 days till winter officially starts. So hopefully before Christmas, we don't get any that white stuff. And I'm not talking about cocaine, but anyway, hopefully no snow as we go to the end of the year. But you never know. Supposed to get a really bad winter here in my neck of the woods. This ain't about 2 feet of snow before we hit spring again. Well, at least I got my snow melt ready to go. Been a while since I used it, too. Been about 4 or 5 years here in the New York City area. Been pretty warm, not that much snow, which is great for my back, but, you know. This year, I think Mother Nature said, alright, Joseph, stop fucking around. We're gonna dump a whole bunch of snow on you, and you're gonna break your back even more. Fuck you, Mother Nature. Pretty much. That's that. Alright, so we got all that. But enjoy your Tuesday. We got NXT coming up later tonight. Should be good. That's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on the Peter Joseph channel, right here on your Tuesday afternoon, we got huge news, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news off the web. And I've talked about this for the last month or so with the great brand that it is, Tna Impact Wrestling. Pretty much we're about to finalize their TV deal. You know, Carlos Silva talking up the wazoo about TNA going prime time, 52 weeks a year, but we didn't know what channel yet. And on my last video on this particular subject, I should say, we were talking about AMC, we were talking about maybe A&E, and CW11, a couple other stations that could possibly get TNA Impact Wrestling. But today, this morning, a couple hours ago, really, we finally have a home for TNA Impact Wrestling. And it is AMC, where Walking Dead would be. So, AMC is going into the realm of wrestling, if you will. And the date, January 15th, 2026. So, pretty much a month from now, Impact Wrestling, hopefully live every Thursday night on AMC. And it's not from 8 to 10. It's from 9 to 11, which I think is a great time. Because not many people are out on a Thursday night unless they go into the club on a Thursday, but that's what it is. But I think it's a great night because there's nothing on except for Thursday Night Football. So, but, from now until pretty much February, until the end of this month, Thursday Night Football will grace us with his presence and shit. And AMC is a great channel because there's nothing that can stop TNA right now. They're not going to be like TBS with baseball coming up next year, and TNT with the basketball and I don't know about TNT, but the basketball playoffs are coming around, so Collision's going to be all over the place, and Dynamite in pretty much October and November. Well, actually, October is going to be changed, but that's months away. So this is big, huge news for TNA, and I love it. I'm glad it's got a major TV deal. A lot of people have AMC. If you don't, unless you have TNA Plus, and if you don't, might think about getting it, or calling up your local cable and satellite provider to get AMC. But anyway, let's get into the news. There is a update to this story. I'll get to that. Actually, I'll get to it in this story. So let's get to the story from SportsIllustrated.com. Alright, AMC Network will be the new home of TNA wrestling programming, which led to many speculating on the status of their partnership with WWE. And now we have the update. Now, earlier, TNA confirmed the takedowns reporting on Tuesday morning, which was today, announcing a multi-year deal with the AMC networks that will bring TNA Impact, now known as Thursday Night Impact, nice, to its flagship station starting on January the 15th, 2026, from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. That's very good. Sports business insider Blake Avignon, tomato, posted a report on social media early today, claiming that WWE had a 60-day termination clause, as a part of its existing partnership with TNA, with AMC, with the AMC deal activating it. So, WWE and TNA, or NXT and TNA, really, their partnership could go bye-bye pretty much in 2 months. This is 60 days, so basically February the 2nd, gone. But we'll see what happens with that. Doing so would effectively bring the partnership, which has allowed for NXT and TNA wrestlers to appear on each other's show, to completely end. I personally don't want that, but, I mean, we'll see what Nick Khan and company and TKO have in store. But the launch date is January the 15th, 2026, and we'll see the partnership will end between now and February 2nd. So we got that. After being asked about the report, by the takedown, TNA president Carlos Silva immediately refuted it. So he's like, yeah, this ain't happening. Replying that the quote-unquote partnership is strong and less than zero truth to it ending. Another high-ranking TNA source, Tommy Dreamer probably, source was even more direct, telling the takedown the report was 100% bullshit, or bullfunky. The takedown has reached out to WWE officials for comment about the status of the partnership and the report, but no response as of right now, and we'll get some updates later. And that's pretty much it. For those of you who don't know, TNA and WWE, their partnership was launched, soft launched, not heavily launched last summer, this past summer, but was formally announced this past January of this year. It was announced as a multi-year agreement. WWE was heavily featured in the press release issued by TNA announcing the AMC Network's media rights deal. Several TNA wrestlers have received significant screen time, meaning, as of late, Leon Slater, Mike Santana, among others, like Joe Hendry, that idiot. Blah, blah, blah. We know Joe Hendry was at WrestleMania 41 last year, so nobody cared about that. But anyway. Trick Willie Shimon, the former TNA champion, Kaylani Jordan, the former TNA Knockouts champion, now Xia Li has that. And Frank Xavier is the men's world champion, for now. So we got that. There's also guaranteed collaboration for the immediate future, as Leon is in the Iron Survivor match for Deadline this weekend. And, like I said before, earlier this year, several WWE affiliated networks had interest in TNA, including the CW11. So that's pretty much it. But, like I said before, this is big, huge news for TNA, the wrestlers, the staff, the knockouts, everybody in TNA, even the fans of TNA Impact Wrestling. We're going to get it, I hope, live, maybe some tape shows here and there, but 52 weeks a year, but on AMC, I think without delay, unless there's something coming up on AMC, like Shark Week or whatever, I don't know, but I don't think there's going to be any problems with AMC. Ratings, we have to see when January 15th hits. After January 15th, I think the first show will do very well. After that, we'll see. But I'm happy for TNA. The little engine that cannot die, basically. I said before TNA should have been dead 2015, 2016, 17, 18, 19. But, it just never dies. It's like a cockroach. Step on it so much, it never dies, Eventually it does, but, step on it really hard. But some things just can't wait to die, pretty much. So we'll see what happens with TNA Impact. Got Final Resolution on Friday. And then we got the tape shows from El Paso, Texas. Pretty much ends the year. I don't know what they're doing before their launch on AMC on the 15th. So between the New Year's Day show is probably nothing. January 8th, I don't know if that's going to be an extra show. We have to see what happens with that, but I would bet you nothing. January the 15th is going to be live on AMC. That's going to be epic. That should get monster ratings. Not monster like 1.1 million, maybe 1 million. I doubt that, but you never know. Imagine TNA getting 1 million in 2025. Imagine, right? I don't think they ever did it like anywhere. I think maybe during the Hogan era, when they went live that one Monday, I think they did like 1 million. I could be wrong, but TNA hasn't even sniffed 1 million in years. Like decades. Pretty much a decade. So, this could be big for TNA. Really big. So we'll see what happens with that. But let me know your thoughts, opinions, gripes, whatever. Put your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. And like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's pretty much it. So TNA on AMC starting January the 15th. And I couldn't be any happier for the little engine that could not die. So we went from Dick Cicada, honey, almost killing it. Well, really, Hogan and Bischoff almost killing it. So Dick Cicada almost killing it. Had him getting saved by a good buddy and NWA president, Billy Corgan. And then Billy Corgan pretty much getting saved by Anthem Sports, which is now still owns TNA. But now Gordo Silver and Company, after kicking out Gail Kim, which was stupid, and Scott D'Amore, which is even worse. But still, TNA is still kicking ass with the partnership with NXT and WWE. I see TNA continuing on for hopefully the next 5-10 years. But let's see what happens on AMC, because every time TNA goes to a new network besides Access TV, pretty much that deal goes bye-bye. Pop, I thought Pop was great. Ratings-wise stunk, but then they go to Pursuit, which nobody had. I thought that was really bad. It should have stayed on Pop or went somewhere else besides a channel nobody has, unless you have the rich man's cable, which, I had Pursuit, but it's in a different package, and I'm not paying for that shit, so we have that. But now it's on AMC, which pretty much everybody has, whether you have Optimum or Dish or DirecTV, Verizon, Fios, whatever. You should get AMC. If you don't, get it. And if you don't have TNA Plus, get it. If you don't want to spend too much money, but whatever. But I got AMC, I don't have to worry about it, so that's that. So, leave your thoughts and opinions down below, and let's talk about it like Trick Willie would say. Alright guys, I'm out of here, I'm gonna have some lunch. I'll be back with your Raw review coming up on my Kill Demons channel, and maybe a little bit later, your AEW, your late AEW Dynamite Collision review back here on this very channel. So your Triple Threat Taco Tuesday coming your way a little bit later today. Maybe NXT later on, but probably be tomorrow. But we'll see how everything goes with today. Alright, be safe, be well, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day. And until next time, peace.